everyone, and welcome to Take Two Radio. I'm Pam, your host. And forgive me, I've got a bad cold and a sore throat, so if I mute myself, you don't hear anything. It's because I'm having a coughing fit. It's just, it's been this way all week, and I get the pleasure of getting all of this stuff from my children. Joining me today as my co-host is David, and also from way back when, we have Dawn. Hello, guys.
Hi.
Hi there.
How's everybody today?
We're doing pretty good.
Doing good. Doing good. We won't ask how you are. You just told us, but I'm glad to be here, Pam.
Well, thanks for joining us. I mean, it's only appropriate. You were there in the beginning, so I love that you're here now at my one-year anniversary, which I cannot even begin to believe.
I know. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Okay, we've done that,
Thank
okay? No, congratulations on all your success in 1 year. I mean, I can't believe it either.
I know, it's flown by, and so many wonderful guests that I've had on the show, thanks to all of our hard work. And I want to thank you guys for helping me out, as well as Sabina, although she's not here. She said she'll try to call in.
Oh, good. I hope she can.
And Ms. Dawn is going to be also manning my phones, and I thank her for that.
Thank God.
Oh, you're welcome. Not a problem. Not a problem.
So, go ahead, David.
Oh. Should we fill her in on who's coming when?
I already did.
All right. Thanks.
And Dom, I know that you're on hold. Dom, so we'll pick your call up soon. I want to also thank everybody that has listened to my show, that has called in. I want to thank all of our wonderful guests. I want to thank the person that got me started on my own show, and she knows who she is if she's listening. I cannot even begin to believe that this is happening. I really can't. I'm so grateful to each and every one of you that have been with me throughout this whole year. And David works hard behind the scenes. A lot of people don't know what he does, but sometimes he gets the guests and, always comes up with good questions. So thank you, David.
You're very welcome.
And I couldn't do this without all of you. I think our guests are on hold, so I'm going to go ahead and pick those up. Hi, Liz.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Happy anniversary.
Thank you so much. And for our listeners, we have liz-keifer, and now we have jerry-ver-dorn on the phone as well. Hi, Jerry.
Good afternoon, Pam. Sorry to hear you're a little under the weather.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Of course, it happens now, right?
On your anniversary day, yeah, of course. But you're right, it's the joys of having children.
Yes. And now also, as I call them, G-children, because nobody calls me grandma, otherwise they're in trouble.
I like that, G-children.
Yeah, I have G-sons and G-daughters, but I have G-children, but no grand. But they are grand. I love them to pieces, and I'm happy that they're here. But they just call me Nana. You guys have, Jerry, you have grandchildren, don't you?
No, I have a grand dog.
Oh, a grand dog.
Grand dog.
I haven't been blessed with grandchildren yet, no.
Oh, okay. Well, they're a lot of fun. I'm sure you'll have a blast with them, because I always wondered, when people would say to me, oh, it's so nice to have grandchildren. You get to spend time with them and send them home. And I'm thinking to myself, why would you want to send them home if they're so much fun? But now I know why.
I know. Go home so I can get a nap here.
You're right. They're exhausting, you know, when you're used to having older children that do things for themselves, and then you have the little ones come and you got to do everything for them, and they're nonstop. Oh my gosh! So it's nice when they come visit, and it's nice when they go home. So to start out our questions, David, you have the first question.
Oh, I do. Jerry, you started Daytime Stars and Strikes. Would you share the story of how it got started for any listeners who may be new to this?
Well, I have to correct you on one thing. I didn't really start it. You make it sound like it was my idea. Actually, I was brought on kicking and screaming because 10 years ago I was not really in the mood to discuss with the general public my cancers or anybody's cancers. I was in a totally different place. But Wendy Madore and liz-keifer, Wendy particularly had the idea for the bowling side of it, thought it would be a very good thing to do if we could raise money, promote the shows, have fun, and talk to people whose lives have been touched by cancer. And so we took the first baby step 10 years ago, and how we've grown, we've become very good at what we do now, and it's become a very unique event, and we're told that year after year. And I hear that from survivors and caregivers and everybody else associated with cancer, that it is very fulfilling to have so much fun and raise so much money for the American Cancer Society. So that's how it began, and you're celebrating an anniversary, and we celebrated our 10th this past year.
Yes, your 10th. Yes. Congratulations. That's awesome. I mean, my gosh. Did you think that you'd be going 10 years strong when you started this?
No, I think, Liz, we just started it, didn't we, as kind of a one-year deal to have fun, have a beer, raise some money, and then go home and forget about it. But
and you're right. It was Wendy who really brainstormed, you know, the idea, the birth of this, and then we were like, sure, we'll. You know, I think it was a little easier for me at the time than you, Jerry. But yeah, I don't think we had a long range. We had no idea what we would make of this. So it's kind of nice. There are no expectations that were. Mm-hmm.
And Wendy had never been an event coordinator before. You know, she hadn't done anything remotely like this. Now she could actually start her own company. She's become such a professional, and
she should.
And she should, yes. I mean, now she's gotten into the corporate world and yet kept the intimacy of what we do every October Sunday. And she's just been remarkable in how much she's learned.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. I mean, I would see all of her postings and all of the things going out, and I keep thinking, you're getting more. You know, she's got to be working 24/7 on this.
Yeah, it's really it's beyond thanks that we can give her, because she put so much time, and her husband's so understanding for letting her devote these many hours over the years. And it is really based totally on volunteerism. All the elves, as we call them, because I've been nicknamed Santa, and Liz is Mrs. Santa. And the elves are the volunteer ladies from throughout the country who spend their own time and devote just oodles of hours of time of their own. And, you know, nobody's riding around in limousines or getting paid. This is all totally volunteer basis.
And
well, I think everybody's been touched by somebody that's had cancer or themselves have had it, and, you know, they have journeyed through it, and it's something that their heart is into, and they, you know, give freely of their time and money.
I think Wendy takes about a month off, and then she starts for the next year.
Is that okay? I wondered how long.
Yeah.
It's like the Thanksgiving Day parade. You know, once it's over, you know, you put things away, and then 30 days later, you start planning for the next year. And
oh my gosh!
And it's a logistical nightmare for her, because actors are just notorious for not committing to things, you know, until the last moment. And she needs to have commitment so she can promote, of course. And so it's like, you know, she's not dealing with the greatest rank and file in the world for doing events like this. But somehow we cajole them, and we get enough time lag where we can actually put it up to the attendees who's going to be there that particular year.
Originally,
well,
we
especially with the actors. I'm sorry, Liz. Go ahead.
Oh well, I was just going to add that originally we piggybacked it to the fan club, the Guiding Light fan club. It was always on that weekend, so people would come into town and they would have this entire a 3-day event with all these wonderful things, and so it was a double-edged sword because either it was the walking wounded because the actors were so exhausted by the time Sunday rolled along. They're like, okay, I'm going. But it was nice because you had a lot of people who had been traveling, and they could pack it all into a nice deal. So but now now everybody's coming just for this benefit. So that's really nice.
It's wonderful, and I'm assuming that it's hard to get an actor to commit only because they don't know if they're going to be working or not, with schedules being last minute.
Absolutely, that's been difficult, and that has been an issue from time to time, where it has been a work conflict, but that's the nature of this gypsy business.
Right. Now, what's it been like throughout the years for the both of you with meeting so many fans, but not just any fans? I mean, like I said, some of them have had cancer. They know someone that they love had it, and just, hearing the stories.
I think it's very intimate and very laid back. Everybody talks about how connected everybody feels. It's very different from any kind of event. It's not separated where the actors are up on a stage and you're just watching them eat, and you don't really get to connect with them. We get to sit and share stories, and the same people come. We've gotten to know the same mothers and daughters will come, and after a while it's family. It's just, of course you're coming. It's like a little reunion, and it's really nice.
And then those people that we've seen year after year bring new people and new relatives because they pass the word on about the uniqueness of the event, and that we all of the actors are just out there with all of the people who attend, and they're watching bowling, exchanging stories most of the time, though. After a while, it becomes very much a listening process for Liz and myself to hear everybody's cancer stories, if you will. And it is a little tiring, but it's very, very fulfilling, and there's a lot of updating, and the sadness of a lost one or someone else got diagnosed. But the stories of hope, and the mere fact that we're all there together on that afternoon raising money is a way of fighting back. So it's not just teary stories, it's doing something, and a feeling that you have some sort of control. And eventually, I keep telling them every year, now that we're breaking this down into the DNA situation, there's going to be one year where we're going to be talking about this cure. And
exactly.
So each dollar that we raise, who knows, it could be the magic bullet dollar and put us over the top. And, Relays for Life and events like ours are going on throughout the country, throughout the world. We'll eventually get it done, and it's nice being a small part of it.
Well, from what I've read, as of January of this year, you raised over $200,000. So that's beyond awesome. I mean, that is a huge amount of money with doing this just one day a year.
Yeah, it's been very fulfilling to see those numbers go up, and it's very nice to write that big fake check over to the American Cancer Society and then give them the real check too, and that they're so grateful for all of our efforts and for all of the volunteers. And